Good evening, ladies and gents. Let's fucking go. Another day, another case for Detective Potato. Let's get this game started. I forgot to turn on Steam. This sucks now. Why am I like this? Installing the updates, blah, blah, blah. Why did I forget to turn on Steam? I'm sorry, ladies and gents. I should have been more prepared. Oh my god, what is this? Steam looks so new. The fuck? What is this thing? Alright, it's logging in. It's new. Huh. Ah, not bad. This looks cool. But, yeah, it looks more minimal. They just changed the font and everything. I guess you know what it means later on. I'm gonna start the game because I want to play Ace Attorney. The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. You may not see it, but my hands are covering my nose right now. Definitely. Oh ha ho ha ho. Oh ha ho ha ho. Oh. Okay, I'm done. Enough goofing around. Let's keep going. Let's keep playing. Chronicles. Let me check out the audio. And yes. Why is the thing off? Alright. There we go. It's much clearer. I don't think you hit anything in the background, I guess. You probably did. But whatever. I love the songs in this game. Let me increase the volume a little bit. I forgot. Where were we? Let's converse with her. What happened last night? Did you know that someone was killed in a cabin next door to this one last night? One of the crewmen told me this morning when I was eating breakfast. The man who died, he was a friend of mine. Oh! That's why we're trying to find out what happened. Did you notice anything unusual last night? Perhaps you heard a strange noise, for example. Perhaps people talking? Perhaps the ship was aboard in a wild tempest. Perhaps its steam engine exploded. Man, shut the fuck! Perhaps everyone on board would have noticed if that had happened. He really is itching for something interesting to happen, innit? Let me adjust the mic a little bit. Can I do this real quick? Do something like this. There we go. Now if I were to move it like this, there we go. It's all the way up, and now I can speak into the mic nicely. Miss Pavlova! Wait, Miss Pavlova, is there anything you can tell us? Why is she Italian now? I don't know. I'm sorry. But all I could think about last night was what I had done, whether they would find me. I didn't notice anything that was happening around me. Oh, I see. Running away. You've run away from your ballet company, haven't you? The Novovich Ballet? Yes. I am traveling to Great Britain from there. I want to go to America. Ah, America. Land of freedom. Land of second chances. From what I've heard. Well, back in the days it was. Let me check if my audio is fine. If it's too loud for you boys and gals. Checking out OBS. It's pretty loud. How about this thing? A Got Away Free is fine. Let me check out real quick. Blah, blah, blah. Because I fear that because I'm closer to the mic now, it might be, you know, too hard for you guys to... What's it called? Painful to hear. Input gain. Oh. Okay, maybe let's put at 3 gain. Maybe it's more bearable that way, yeah? Audio enhancements. We got clip guard, wave gain lock. Let me try. Oh! Okay, whatever. I think it should be fine either way. You can always, like, lower the volume, right? I will never dance again. I want to forget everything about the ballet. I will start new life. You wish to forget a challenging proposition when you have that striking tiara as a reminder. But the tiara's mine. I need it to live. I have no money of my own. The Novovich Ballet gave us only a little food and water, and we must dance all over the world. I had to run away. I had no choice. If I stayed, it would have killed me. So you ran away to protect yourself? Yes, and the crew of this ship, they have all been kind to me. Well, as a man, not as a woman. They let me come on board. They said I could hide in this cabin. Hide in this cabin so they know you're a ballet dancer. Okay, that's interesting. If that is indeed the truth, Miss Pavlova, it creates a more intriguing conundrum. What's a conundrum? Gotta check out, I'm no lawyer. Conundrum. Stop using big words, Mr. Sholmes. I don't understand a single word you're saying. Confusing and difficult problem or question. A question asked for amusement, typically one of the pun, in its answer, a riddle. Yes, it does. What do you think about it, Mr. Naruhodo? Me? Oh, well, yes, of course. I think we should hear Miss Pavlova's explanation. What conundrum? I'm not sure, but hey, we're the same guy. I got your tuna onigiri. Give it to me, brother. Miss Pavlova, allow me to pose you a riddle. According to this newspaper, it was only yesterday that you abscond from the ballet. No, he just doesn't know what that conundrum is. Oh, okay. Oh. Man, lawyers, am I right? Now that being the case, it must have been last night that you boarded this vessel. However, the SS Burya stopped by no port last night. I missed the SS Chips, man. Ah, that's it, of course. So how is it, pray, that you come to be aboard? Now I think about it, the crewmen inside the cabin acted very strangely when we mentioned that. It was just after we asked him about the occupant of this cabin get aboard. Stroganov, that is not your business. Yes, you're right. He did seem to be hiding something. An angel descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to the stage. Sorry, what was that? It is how the Russian newspaper described one of my performances. And that is how I came here too. I descended from the heavens because I am an angel. Considering English isn't your mother tongue, your description is very vivid. Mr. Sholmes once said, I can never touch of the dramatic. It seems Miss Pavlova is the same. A genius descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to detection. Words once said about myself. A quote from a wonderfully extravagant advertisement for the adventures of Herlock Sholmes, in fact. He reminds me of Gavin, a lot like Gavin, actually. Yes, Mr. Showy. Anyway, it doesn't look like Miss Pavlova is going to tell us what really happened. Friend. So, the friend you mentioned is inside your traveling case, is that right? I don't think animals are allowed on board, according to the rules of passage. Yes, we know that. Oh, please don't tell. Don't tell any of the crew. If they found my precious. Then the burly Russians would bestir themselves in unison to throw you and your case overboard, no doubt. Ah! So reassuring, Mr. Sholmes. But what sort of pet is your friend? A little puppy? It is, isn't it? It is a puppy. Oh, okay. Maybe an adorable little rabbit. Wait, it's not a puppy, not a rabbit? Okay, a dragon, that's for sure. Ha! You credit Russia as a land with small rabbits, do you? It's right. He's right. It's a bear. A bear is in the case. Oh, don't you have small rabbits there then? You may as well. I have no idea. Oh, you may as well ask. You two are miserable bunglers when it comes to understanding the nature of young ballerina's friends. I feel like it's a bear. I know, right? I feel like it's a bear. It's Russia, man. Isn't it obvious? It must be a chicken. Oh, it's not a bear. Really? Consider the benefits. Oh no. A rousing wake-up call, daily fresh eggs. No. And when adversity strikes, it can satisfy the needs of sustenance. This man, chicken attack. You're young and you're hungry, perhaps short on money. I give you this chicken today. It's eggs for your dinner, it's legs for next winter. So you'd eat your friends, I'll remember that. This man is a riot, man. It's just a straight up riot. Let me like speed up this thing real quick. It's not a chicken, man. It's definitely not a chicken, as much as I love chickens. Well, it would appear this friend's identity is closely guarded secret, not to be revealed. Or should I make him a funnier laugh? I don't know. She obviously doesn't quite trust us yet. There's something I should like to show her, I think. Something I should like to show her, I think. I don't know how that works then. Maybe she might be able to shed some light on it. Alright. I guess we're going to show her something then. We're going to present her. You know, I want to check out her room real quick. Let's examine the place, yeah? It's the same thing. Let me see. Don't touch! Huh? I will tell you what I know about last night, but please, you must not touch my things. How do you say forbid it? Oh, sorry. As you should be, young man. What vulgar manner you have. Poking around in a young lady's private belongings. Neither shall I allow it. This man. Grr, hypocrite. Yeah, the man touches everything. Dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Oh. Okay, I see this. What could it be? I never actually... Let me see. Oh, I'm not... I can't actually check anything then. Alright. You bozos. Let me just... guess I'm presenting as something. Speckled band. Shanghai. Crime scene photograph. I don't want to show her a dead body, man. Paper seal. I can't read Russian though. I mean, yes I can. What do you mean? Customer would stick the doors. I think... I want to know about the speckled band real quick. This is the diary of my friend who passed away. His diary? Yes, and he wrote in last night before he died. Something a little unusual. It reads, I can hear a faint whistling sound. And then a few minutes later, what looks like some sort of speckled band. Okay, I'm calling it. It's a bird. Show her my cute photo. I don't think we can, buddy. Dangling from a ventilator grill. A speckled band. I don't understand. It's strange, isn't it? But the ventilator he mentioned joins this cabin, you see. It's up there on the wall. In other words, the cabin and the victim cabin are connected together. Oh. Miss Pavlova, has something occurred to you? Does the speckled band the victim mentioned mean something to you, or the whistling sound, perhaps? No. It's a bird. I don't know anything. Oh. It's definitely a bird. Possibly. Some sort of bird that whistles. Ah, shit, man. Knock, knock. Alright, everyone hide. We need to get under the bed. Excuse me, Mr. Roylott. Yes, what? Wow, she's fast. Captain would like to speak with you now. You must come to Captain's quarters at once, please. Alright, I will come now. What? You must leave, now. Oh no, it's fine. Don't mind us. Yes, please don't worry yourself, Mr. Roylott.
Get out! The passenger said out, or do you want me to throw you out?
It looks like we'll have to leave investigating this cabin until later. What a pity. Ho, 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 ho. And so we lost our chance. Having still not managed to investigate Miss Pavlova's cabin, we were unceremoniously chased out. That is to say, we were quite literally picked up and thrown into the passageway outside. Huh. What about Sherlock Holmes? I mean, Herlock Holmes. Herlock Holmes. Herlock Sholmes? Yeah, Herlock Sholmes. Save your current progress? Hell yeah, baby! How many? I have unlimited. No, it looks very limited. I have up to 20. That's scary. But it doesn't matter, man. I'm saving it anyways. Complete. Back. I miss the old sound effects sometimes. But this is cool too. Because it reminds me of a typewriter. Actually, the previous one is a typewriter as well. Do you usually save like this? Save like what? Like that? Yeah? Like, you mean with a bunch of saves like that? Not really, actually. Sometimes I do save in one. But I remember, right, one time in my life where I saved and I can't go back. And I was stuck in a certain heavy boss level. And, dang, bro, I had to restart the whole game. Never again. Never again. I wish we managed to find some clue as to what that speckled band might be. I don't think you have to worry about that here. That's true, but it became a habit anyways. We didn't manage to investigate at all. And I imagine... Imagine what? Oh, mister. That we won't be able to for a while longer. We'll never get past the sailor guarding the door. The door. Door, not door. Come on, Potato, you can do better. He's clearly glaring at us as if to say, don't even think about it. Oh, wait a minute. What is it? Well, what happened to our great detective friend? Where did he go? Oh yes, he's completely disappeared. Let me get the thingy here. Alright. He didn't get kicked out, did he? When did he do that? He slipped away as quietly as the wind, but not before ensuring these were securely back on my wrist. I got this, dude. Lifts my skirt, revealing my lady legs. I knew you walk femininely, Wuff, for a good reason. Just for that one moment, eh? Alright. I guess I'll examine the room real quick. Done. The only thing I can do is ask Mr. Stroganoff, but I want to look around real quick. The book on top of the table really is huge. That's a pen with it too. Yes, I'm sure that's the ship's log. Shall we have a look through it? The writing's so neat and precise. Every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded. Is it in Japanese or English? Looks like in English, man. You wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such a beautiful handwriting. Anyway, look here. Last night's log is mostly blank. Presumably, that means there was nothing to report. Oh, it is a log. Shit. This looks like a plan of the SS Buria. It shows each deck. Look. The Buria is a large-scale steamship with a triple skin hull. What a marvel of engineering. Blah, 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 blah. Well, it's been playing on my mind for a while now, actually, but how is it that such a huge lump of metal doesn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean? My dear boy, it's called salt. That's all I could give you for now. Well, that's really quite simple now, Hodo-san. Yeah, it's about density as well. But I'm just gonna put salt to put it easy to make everyone believe it's easy. Well, consider the Japanese archipelago. Archipelago. I remembered a friend of mine wrote esophagus in a science test one time as archipelago. And the teacher was like, "Oi, since when is esophagus archipelago?" He mixed up geography and biology, man. Funny dude. The islands of Japan? Yes, they're not metal, but they are enormous lumps of earth. Many, many times larger than a ship.
They're not floating, Susato.
And they don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily on the sea since the gods created them.
They're not floating. Well, I suppose so. I feel worried about this too now.
That door leads to the second class area.
You don't know that. I do know that. It's locked. I can't open it. I read books and watch Dr. Stonewolf. You don't know that. Can't open it.
No, well, that stands to reason. No one wants to let the murderer escape.
Gosh, she gave me a very stern look when she said that. I'm not the murderer, man. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm pretty innocent myself. Are you in Japan? I don't think so. You're right. You know what? You're not wrong. Ah, shit. I accidentally clicked this one. You're not wrong. Like, Wolf's like, oh, this is the reason why Japan has a lot of earthquakes. It's actually a floating island. First class cabin number 1. Yes, that's our cabin.
Not our cabin. It's Kazuma-sama's.
Sorry?
Your accommodation is confined to the wardrobe inside the cabin.
That's true. You know how to make a stowaway feel small, don't you? As small as the wardrobe I've been calling home. The Hampas iceberg. Wolf, are you okay? Anyway, I wonder if Inspector Hosonaga has managed to uncover any clues.
Yes, we should probably find him and ask.
Before that, let's ask Mr. I really wish we had the chance to look around in Mr. Poplova's cabin.
Stroganov. What? You look like that. Why you look like that? You want something? Maybe. You want me to throw you out again?
Oh, no, definitely not that.
Next time I throw you out, I show where lobsters spend winter. Understand?
Understand? Maybe I should steer clear of him until he's forgotten my face. How can he?
I don't think he'll ever forget your face, Naruhodo-san.
Why is she so cute, man? Alright. I can't go there, but I can definitely go to Kazuma's cabin for now, because I think Hosonaga probably found something. SS Buriya, first class, cabin, number 1. It looks like they're still investigating in here.
Yes, on that subject, I wonder if Inspector Hosonaga is unscathed.
What do you mean, unscathed?
Surely you haven't forgotten, have you, Naruhodo-san? Don't you remember what he said about allowing you out of this cabin to investigate? He was going to talk to the captain about it. He said he'd lay his life on the line for you.
Oh, yes. But I'm sure he was exaggerating. Let's see what he has to say for himself. He might have some new information for us. You never know. The only thing we can do for now is examine, right? Let's see what this man has to say.
You! Where did you go?
Oh, sorry. I just went to the next door cabin to investigate.
What? Who gave you permission for this?
Well, Seaman Hosonaga did.
That new Japanese was it. Later, I will roll him into a ball and throw him in cold room.
Well, he's dead. Phew. He'd gone back to guarding the door.
I hope Inspector Hosonaga doesn't find himself in too much trouble on our account.
He's really gone out of his way to help us, hasn't he? When we get back to Japan, we'll have to take him for a steak at La Carnival.
That could be a very long time from now, Naruhodo-san.
Alright, we've done there, done there, done there, done there.
Ah, fuck!
Done there, done there. That's not what I meant to do, but you know. Nothing has changed so far, at the very least. Oh my god, it's Hosonaga! That's where he was. He was hiding all along. So this ventilator joins the Miss Poplova's cabin.
Yes, that's right.
And just a few minutes before he died, Kazuma something remember. The speckled band, as he described it.
If only Miss Pavlova had been able to shed some light on it. But she seemed as baffled as we are.
Oh, never mind. Oh, wait. I'm sure he can move elsewhere now. Oh, never mind. Yeah, don't worry about it, Wuff. My home is the wardrobe. I know most people abroad would say the same about me, but there was something about that woman that didn't sit right with me. Alright, alright. Let's ask this man now. Oh, he got beat up. His eye. Oh, you're back. Inspector?
What happened to you? Your faces!
Please, don't worry about it. They're just scratches. Tis but a scratch. A scratch? Your arm's off. Made by a bear, maybe. When I told the captain that I'd given you permission to investigate, he told me he'd pummel me with his fist and tossed me overboard. So did you get tossed overboard? What? But the pummeling was over in a flash, and he must have decided against throwing me overboard. So it was nothing really. It looks like he wasn't joking when he said he'd lay his life on the line if he had to.
Well, thanks to your efforts, we know a little about our neighboring cabin.
Yes, I understand.
Oh!
I bumped into a man claiming to be a great detective a little while ago. I think his name was something like Herlock Sholmes. I didn't think he was a German though. That explains it. Shall we compare notes then? Oh wait, shall we compare notes then? What can tell you? We can tell you about what we found. Yes, let's do it. I love his smile. It reminds me of a certain someone with glasses. What? Nikolina Pavlova? She's in the cabin next door? Oh, do you know who she is? Please. What self-respecting ballet fan would know that graceful angel? I think you need water, bro. Oops, I think I upset him there. Well, that tells us the neighboring cabin is unrelated to the case at least. Oh, how? Because angels don't go around committing crimes, do they? Oh, oops, now I've definitely upset him.
Inspector, has your investigation in here proved fruitful?
If I'm honest, there's a very little more I can do. Our duty is to make sure the scene isn't disturbed, ready to hand over to the Hong Kong police. So I'm just keeping watch here, trying not to take my eyes off the job.
Oh, I see.
There is one thing. I do have a small piece of new information for you. Oh, what?
Yes, do tell us, Inspector, please.
New information. Let's fucking go, baby. What is this new information you have, Inspector? It's this. The BUNGAA's medical officer has finished his examination of the body. I managed to obtain the report. Oh, Kazuma's post-mortem report.
Kazuma-sama.
I miss him. I miss Buff. Alexa. So, what was the cause of death? Damage to the cervical vertebrae is what's written in the report. Cervical vertebrae. Cervical vertebrae. Now, in my mind, when I heard cervical vertebrae is yeah, he has a cervix. What is it? No, wait. Yeah, something like that. Oh wait, his neck. Basically, there's damage to his neck. Belakang kepala, bro. Yeah, I know, belakang kepala. I just googled it, man.
His neck was broken?
I think he can still live. Yes, it would seem so. There were no obvious wounds or other signs of injury. So at first I think they were considering poison. But it turns out they found no trace of poison in his system at all. Well, what weapon was used then? Nothing has been found as yet. The fact that there are no signs of a wound, suggests it may have been a blunt object, something that wouldn't leave a mark. Oh, I see.
All the body's nerves run through the spine to the brain. A strong enough impact to the neck could induce death.
I'm gonna try that. I'm joking. Don't do that.
It is a possibility and no obvious wound would be left.
Poor Kazuma. I have a second copy of the report. If it might be useful, you're welcome to have it.
Really? Are you sure?
Yes, it's fine. I trust you. After all, if I didn't trust you, I'd never have agreed to you leaving this cabin in the first place, would I? Ah. Now she feels bad. Now you feel bad, huh? Now you feel bad that you're not trusting me enough, right? It's my best friend. He's dead. I'm crying here. And then you accuse me of killing him. Right, man. I said, you can't. You can't. Alright, first, I'm going to check out the court record real quick. So we have this thing. So, time of death, 1 a.m., 2 p.m. Cause of death. Damage to the cervical vertebra, resulting in instant death. The victim's neck was almost certainly broken as a result of how strong of a blow to the area. No obvious external injuries or traces poison. Alright, that's pretty much just it. Alright, that's good to know. That's good to know. Nothing else, eh? The Great Detective next.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes was here, wasn't he?
Yes. He seemed to be enjoying himself a little too much as he crept about on the floor investigating. But then he suddenly left. I suppose he must have become bored. Did he say anything at all? What's this thing, bro? What happened to him? Huh? Actually, now you mention it, yes, just one thing. But he practically shouted it. Playback speed, increase it right now. Yeah. It's shoe polish. What he said. What? Shoe polish? Shoe polish? I wonder what he meant. It was when he was over there by the piece of broken glass, do you see?
Perhaps he was talking about this brick-colored mark.
Ah, that makes sense. Ah, yes, that must be it. If it's shoe polish then, it has wax, dye, and a few other chemicals that I do know about. But how could Mr. Sholmes know that it's shoe polish? That leaves me cold, I'm afraid. I have no idea. It could be a clue, actually a careless clue. He didn't completely leave all evidence out. What is it, Sato-san?
Well, Kazuma-sama was wearing leather shoes with a very dark tan hue.
Dark tan? A sort of dark brownish red then?
Yes, a little like the color of red wine, but darker. I often repaired them for him.
I trusted in that point then. Check out Kazuma real quick. Oh, I can't check. So it's back to evidence, good. Is there a text? Oh, alright. So she's a shoe cobbler as well. So that means that someone's been polishing that shoe. Does that mean his body of some sort? How could the shoe rub there? That this mark was made by the polish of Kazuma's shoes as they scuffed on the floor. Yeah, scuffs on the shoe then. seems to be all the questions. That's really all I can tell you at this stage. No, she's a woman. What do you mean? I should return to my post. My fellow crewmen's eyes are boring into the back of my head. Yes, that might be for the best. Thank you.
Poor Inspector, you look exhausted.
Oh no. Well, I feel terrible that I failed to protect Asogi-san. It was my responsibility. Of course, my pain is nothing compared to yours. You were his friends. The truth is, I seem to have had a very heavy head ever since I woke this morning. A heavy head? That's interesting. My head's still throbbing too. What could that mean?
Look, Naruhodo-san! Seaman Stroganoff is gone!
Strong enough? Yo, that's actually pretty cool.
The burly Russian sailor who's always crossing his arms and glaring at us.
Ugh, all these Russians' names are impossible to remember. La 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 la.
Tra-la-la-la-la.
Did you hear that? It sounded like someone singing.
Tra-la-la-li-la-li-la-li-la-li. I did it.
Oh wait, it's a guy. I did it the great detective way. It's a guy. I thought it was a girl.
It's caroling. I know that lark-like voice.
Well, never mind that now. This is a golden opportunity for us.
Yes, you're right. We must seize it. Let's get inside Miss Pavlova's cabin while we can and investigate.
Definitely, before that stringy knot crewman comes back.
It's Stroganoff, not Stringy Knot.
It's stringy knot now. No one saw me, right? Whoa. Miss Pavlova isn't back yet. Susato-san. Oh, where she's gone. Guess I'm alone. Oh, okay. Hey, what are you doing? Those are her private things.
There's not a moment to waste, Naruhodo-san. We must investigate as quickly as we can.
I suppose you're right. For Kazuma's sake. Oh, that's not her diary then. That's her book. Not just for Kazuma-sama.
Not just for Kazuma-sama.
What do you mean?
It can't be long now until we arrive at port in Hong Kong. I don't want you to be in those handcuffs when we get there.
Really?
We must solve this case, Naruhodo-san. By ourselves if we have to.
Yes, we will. Right. Now, boys. It's time to investigate. Check the shelves. Check the door. Wait, the bag's open. Oh, I feel dizzy after doing that. All the books have toppled over together. Look, every single one.
Do you think that's the god of the sea, perhaps? He toppled too, though.
It's exactly the same as the bookcase next door. In Kazuma's cabin.
Perhaps. Perhaps Miss Pavlova was practicing a difficult ballet pose and fell against the bookcase.
I don't know. Would she really be practicing ballet the same night she ran away from a ballet company?
All right then. It must have been you. You lost your temper and knocked them all over in a fit of rage.
Not really bad. Not everything bad that happens on the ship is because of me, you know? Blah, 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 blah. Well, anyway, I'll set them all straight again in there, too. I don't like seeing things in disarray. Yeah, even all my books and shelves are pretty neat, so that's fine. I don't like seeing that.
Oh my! Miss Pavlova's case is open.
It's completely empty inside, but according to the great detective's great deduction, She was hiding her special friend in there. Ow.
Yes, a friend that she had to keep.
Because you're not allowed to bring animals aboard the SS Buria. I wonder what kind of animal she had in there. And more to the point, where is it now? I don't like that sound. What's in this bag? That's a bag, bro! Check it out!
Naruto-san, are you there?
Sorry, I'm right here, yes. Why?
Oh, good. I thought you might have climbed into the wardrobe when I wasn't looking. There's no place like home.
I don't live in a wardrobe. Maybe a potato, but I know I can fit in there very well, but that's not home. Believe me, I don't have some strange compulsion to jump inside every wardrobe I see, you know.
Well, anyway, I'm not sure anyone could fit inside this one. It's full of beautiful outfits. I suppose they're all stage costumes.
I was rather hoping we might find Miss Pavlova's friend hiding in there, but no such luck.
I wonder what this little saucer is doing on the floor.
Yes, it doesn't look like it's been dropped. More like it was put there deliberately.
Do you think there could be a leak in the roof just above here?
No, it's the pet. It's the Pete the pet. If it's on the floor, it's definitely not a bird then. It might actually be a chicken. Or a bear. What? A leak?
Is this ship quite safe?
I'm sure that's even if there's a leak in the roof, it doesn't mean the whole ship is going to sink.
No, you're right. Of course you're right.
She's really trying to persuade herself, isn't she? Alright, that's done. No! I clicked once, okay? The rites of passage. I'm just gonna pass through this. I'm not gonna read it. Bunga bunga bunga. When we're in court, I am going to not leave the game until, yeah. But that's for next time, I guess. Maybe until I get to court. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. But I do want to be in the court. Alright, nothing there. What's in here?
I suppose every cabin has a waste paper basket.
Shall we have a look and see what's been thrown away?
Naruto-san? It's part etiquette to go sniffling through someone's rubbish, you know.
Ugh, those eyes. She's looking at me like I'm a piece of rubbish now.
However, these are special circumstances, I think.
Exactly, we have no choice. There's hardly anything in here at all. Alright, there's nothing in there then.
Oh well, that's a little disappointing.
Very disappointing. Check inside the cup. There might be the murder weapon in there.
I assume this teapot is empty.
So the natural conclusion is that the Russians are a very thirsty people.
Or because Miss Pavlova only came into this cabin last night. She hasn't had the chance to make any tea yet. I mean, it could be either.
I mean, tea is just nice to drink. I should get some tea after this. It's definitely that they're excessively thirsty. I'd lay 1,000 to 1 on it.
You're rather obstinate, aren't you, Naruto-san?
Nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. There's nothing there. Check that. I could check here. There are just a few books on the desk. Nothing else by the looks of it.
Well, Miss Pavlova only ran away from the belly last night. She hardly occupied this cabin for any time at all.
That's true. I wonder what kind of book she likes to read.
Let me see. Yes, I see. It would seem that Miss Pavlova enjoys reading books written in Russian.
Thanks. I think I probably already knew that.
It's rude to ask too much of people, Naruto-san. Can't remember that.
Right. There's not a lot to go around. Nothing there, nothing there. Let's check out here. So this ventilator connects to the customer's cabin next door. Maybe. Or the occupants. Oh, okay, this is something new.
They have gas poisoning.
That is a possibility.
Anyway, last night, Kazuma wrote that he saw a speckled band coming out of this ventilator.
Speckled band. What if it's not... The murder was not towards Kazuma? Yeah. It could be it's too early to kill Kazuma. Rather... Right, if they were to kill Kazuma, it would have been like... On the first week... Within the first week, maybe after the week, you know, early on. So the murder was not intent to Kazuma, rather... It's for someone else. Oh, for sure, I'm the great detective. I should get a detective hat next stream. Hell, goddamn yeah. Well, if you know what you're doing tonight. Fuck. I think I've searched everything. Nothing on the floors. Nothing suspicious that's catching my eye at the moment. Yes, I've checked that. I've checked that. Oh, excuse me. Just put a hat on yourself. Well, it doesn't matter, buddy. You have a job now. Your job is not to draw me a hat, but sew me a hat. Yeah. Do it now. Fine. PNG. I like this one. How about wait, no, that's what I meant to do. Gotta get a new hat, yeah? Oh, this one you have to pay. That sucks. Alright, let's find a different hat then, yeah? This hat looks nice. "14 seconds. Well, while that, I'll just have to read this then. If the bolt's drawn across, there's no way anybody could enter the cabin from outside.
Yes, it's not a particularly heavy-duty bolt, is it?
But still, it wouldn't slide across of its own accord, would it?
No.
No, the door is made of metal. There's no chance of trickery using magnets to unbolt it from the outside. Alright, time to download it. Yep, I always go for the free ones. So, where's this download you speak of, man? It's not working. Ah, man. What else we got, man? How about this one? Yeah, this will be different. It doesn't look like a detective hat. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll work out. I'm gonna try this one real quick. Yep, this one is paid. Looking for a free one. That's not what I meant to do. Oh, this is the Animal Crossing hat. Let me check. I give up. I'll do it next stream, man. I can't do it now. I'm too lazy. No, the door is meant blah blah blah. Okay.
It seals up perfectly too, to stop any seawater from coming in. So you couldn't use the method you told me of passing the thread through a crack around a closed door either.
I seem to know a lot of tricks for opening doors. I'm starting to see why they suspected me. Alright, there's literally nothing else here. Yeah, I think I've... One more thing. I don't want to read this. The bell call. Uh-oh. That's my fault then. Okay. Oh, thank God. We don't want them to. We're trying to investigate in secret. Oh, shit, man. Yeah, there's nothing else. There's nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing out of suspicion. If I were to check this again, yeah? Yeah. Let's go back real quick. If there's nothing else, let's move to a different place. Okay, nothing here, but let's check around here as well. There may be something we... Oh, it's Mr. Sholmes, look! Wow, you never know where he's going to turn up next, do you? He seems to be stealing a look at something as he sings to himself. Tra-la-la-la-la, little hey, I did it the great detective way! He's still singing. Do you think he hasn't noticed us? Or simply he's in extremely high spirits? Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when the yacht bit off more than it could chew. And through it all, when there was doubt, it's lucky her luck was about. Oh shit, that's actually a reference from a song of My Way. When I bit off more than I could chew, and when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. Yeah, I know it. Okay. He actually sang My Way by Frank Sinatra in his own parodied version. I solved it all, and I stood tall. I did it the great detective way. Mr. Sholmes! What is it? You want to fight? Honestly, dropping a fellow when he's singing. And I was just about to reach the climatic finish. Wow. Sorry, I thought you were never going to stop, so I figured now is a good time as any. I was nearly dropped to... I very nearly dropped you to the floor with one of my famous right hooks. Alright, I get the picture. Now could you put those fists away? Mr. Sholmes! You seem to be examining something before we interrupted you. Ah yes, that. I was immersed in a study of the ship's log, and as penned by the stockily built crewman, who's usually on guard here. Oh yes, the ship's log. And did you find out anything useful from it? Well, after 2 a.m. this morning, the majority of the entries are blank. Which means that there was nothing to report, nothing of note happened, so... You truly are student from the land of the rising sun. You've been utterly blinded by it. Sorry? Your logic, my boy, is inverted. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? Observe the other pages and all shall be clear. It would seem that the cave is the same crewman oft stands sentry in the first-class passageway. And he has an almost religious practice of recording nothing to report every half hour. Oh, as he writes that in every 30 minutes? Nothing to report. Precisely. Put simply, the seaman writes nothing to report when there is just that. And yet, the ship's log from last night is largely blank. He didn't even write nothing to report. Do you mean? Yes, there were circumstances afoot last night, which led to the seaman being absent from his post. What kind of circumstances? What happened? That remains a mystery for now, but we can be sure something significant took place. So significant that it caused the seaman to forget his regular habit of scribbling nothing to report in their log. These are important details. I would stake my life on it. You must log the ship's log in your mental life. You must log the ship's log. What the fuck does that mean, man? Alright. Got it. Now, that deduction was worthy of a great detective. You're starting to understand what my way is. I see what makes Sholmes brilliant. Oh, ouch. What is it? Are you hurt? Oh, don't worry about yourself. I seem to be afflicted with a throbbing head this morning. For some reason, nothing more. Well, my friends, until our next encounter. He's still singing to himself. I can hear it as he wanders off down the passageway. Is something wrong, Sato-san? You seem lost in it, though. It's just... well, I feel the same. Sorry? Ever since I woke this morning, I've had something of a headache. A sort of continuous throbbing. Oh, you too? Come to think of it, even Hosonaga and everyone so far. I'm gonna move to the cabin real quick. Wait, before that, I'm gonna check if anything suspicious. And maybe check the court record real quick, yeah? That's it? Okay. Wait a minute. I can use the magnifying glass. Hell yeah. Like a real detective I am. Duty of Biff Stroganoff. Oh! The magnifying glass can't read that. His name is Biff! I know, right? Oh, there's literally nothing. Nothing. This is useless for now. Alright. Apparently, right-clicking goes back. Huh, who knew? Alright, let's examine real quick. What else can we do? Nothing, eh? Nothing out of the ordinary. No ticks to be unchecked. Miss Pavlova's cabin, blah blah blah. I've read this. I've already investigated that part. Nothing. Alright, I guess we can move now. Move. Let's go to Kazuma's cabin real quick. Maybe we can find something. We have to move around and around. Examine. Nothing out of the ordinary, it seems. Let's check out here. Biff Stroganoff. It's almost impossible to believe that he's gone. Nothing, yeah? Nothing. I can't really... I want to check up there. Like, someone at least could check if there's anything funny. If there's a speckled band of some sort, I believe that's why Kazuma died. Yeah. Now, last one is Pavlova's cabin. Ah, what's that? The kid is crying again.
Shut down the engines immediately. Vessel sighted a quarter-mile forward. Full stop. Hard to starboard. All hand brace for impact.
Oh my god, it's an iceberg. What the? I think we're about to crash into another ship. What? Grab onto something. Sasato-san. He said, hold on to me. Let me check the log real quick. It is hold on to me. Oh my god, it's Titanic reference. I think I'm fine, thank you, Naruho-san. It looks like we avoided a collision.
I think.
Yes, the ship has come to a stop.
Oh my goodness, what about you, Naruto-san? Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine. Quick, hide in the wardrobe!
Hello, is anyone there? Anybody in there? Shout if you need assistance.
Oh, that sounds like Inspector Hosonaga.
Is that you in there? Oh, Naruto-san, unbolt the door quickly.
What? The bolt? Look at that. The door is bolted. Did you do that, Susato-san?
No, I didn't touch it.
Well, that's strange. How did... And look at that, the books. They're just... like they were... Oh, we found something spicy, ladies and gents.
Naruto-san, are you going to open the door and let Inspector in?
I better tie this place up first. The power of inertia. Our violent emergency stops had solved one mystery at least, in a vividly way. But I knew that what awaited us on the other side of the cabin door would not be pleasant. I hurried around, tidying up the cabin with a new sense of foreboding in my heart. What if this wasn't a murder? What if this was not a murder, my lads? I don't have to use a keyboard, I can just use my mouse to play this game. Hell goddamn yeah. What if it was an accident? It was me, Mario! You're going to jail, Waff. Somehow the door to the cabin we were in ended up bolted after we made... And she stopped. Susato-san took a deep breath, then gently slid back the bolt. Ah shit, we're dead. The big guy is here.
Yo, what are you doing in Pavlova's quarters?
Ah, you both look unhurt. Good. Yes, we're fine, thank you. What on earth happened? We heard something about how we were going to collide with another ship. Yes, it appears to have been a false report though. Wait, it has to be a murder because there's that Russian writing. Oh, how did that happen? There was a dense fog outside, so it's extremely difficult to see. Someone must have thought he saw a ship ahead. This person obviously triggered the alarm and that's why we made an emergency stop.
Everything is in chaos. Passengers are screaming. Crew are running everywhere.
Well, you're not sailors who go for a sail ship, right? Like, is that called sail ship? Yeah, you don't have sails here. You use, you know, engines here. The first class area is the only quiet part of the ship at the moment. Well, I don't know anything about engine ships though. So, my experience.
Oh, I see.
Someone triggering the alarm. Does that mean that someone pressed that button outside?
You wicked intruder, dressed all in black. You are the devil.
Sorry, me? I've been called a lot of things before, but devil is a first.
You opened my traveling case. How could you?
What? No, we didn't touch it.
That's right, Miss Pavlova. It was already open when we came into your cabin. Inspector!
Yes?
Arrest this man! I know he did it! He is a criminal! It is not enough that he has killed a man!
Duh! And he's a stowaway as well! He makes some promises not to steal chicken! Do you believe?
Take him away! He's a trespasser! As well as everything else!
Well, you're also a stowaway, you know that?
Stowing away, trespassing, killing. She is right, you are a devil.
It doesn't look good, does it? There is cell below deck. Throw him in. Tomorrow we dock in Hong Kong. Then we give you straight to police. Wait, a cell?
Please, Pastor Hosonaga. Is there anything you can do?
This is a Russian vessel. I really have no jurisdiction here. After my last effort to appeal to the captain's good nature, I think I'm out of options.
This is terrible.
This is a real crisis. I've got to find a solution. Immediately. Okay. I can't converse. I'm not gonna look at that for a while. Why is he there? This man. What the? What are you doing up there? Why is he wearing a fucking tiara? Mr. Sholmes? Naturally, I was analyzing what a weight of 20,000 rubles feels like on one's head. Have I not told you that as a detective, it is my business to know what other people do not? This isn't mere tomfoolery, my boy. Oh, no, no. Well, why were you hanging from that hook before then? Isn't it obvious? To properly assess the weight of the 20,000 rubles, naturally. I wish to determine if it would bend that conceited-looking hook on the wall, so full of brag and bounce. That style of... That's a 1-2 there. I never know whether to take this man seriously or not. Ah, you again, the great detective. Ah, Inspector. I confess I've been looking for you. I have something to report to you most urgently. Well, you might try looking for me somewhere other than a hook on the wall next time. What is to report? Speak! An urgent report from a great detective can mean but one thing. Yes, the case of curious murder that took place last night, here on this vessel, the steamship Burya, has been solved by me, naturally. What?
Really?
Yes, I have eliminated all other possibilities. No other explanations exist. So, allow me to eliminate all your minds. For I am about to reveal my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case. What is the greats, man? Alright, Stroganoff. Ha! You solved it. Even Hedgehog understands this case. We all knew who was responsible for killing student boy this morning, when we found criminal in wardrobe. It is this stowaway. He has cuffs to prove it. I didn't do it! The trouble is, there doesn't appear to be anyone else who could have killed the victim, because as everyone knows, the cabin door was bolted shut from the inside. That means the culprit must have been someone who was inside the cabin.
Yes, it's what's called a locked room mystery in detective stories.
Da! Locked room, that is point.
The room was locked.
Well, I can't deny that. There's no way a bolt could have drawn across from outside the cabin. You are quite mistaken. The cabin next door is not a so-called locked room at all.
What?
Oh yes, there is another entrance. An entrance used last night by the culprit in order to gain access to the cabin despite the bolted door. What other entrance? We never discovered one. Why, it gapes open mouth at you even as we speak. The ventilator man. The ventilator? You think this is funny? I cannot even pull my arm through that hole. That's because your arms are as thick as tree trunks. You're suggesting that the culprit entered and left the victim's cabin through the tiny openings. It's not possible. Ah, but it is. And last night, the victim even witnessed the intruder in the act of passing through the ventilator.
Mr. Sholmes, do you mean? Are you referring to the words Kazuma wrote in this diary? 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
Oh, that is Miles Edgeworth punya thingy. Precisely, my dear madam. Wait, how did I... Precisely, my dear madam. But what does it mean? What is this speckled band? The answer to that particular conundrum is in this very cabin. That one too. Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing? There is a distinct element of danger, but fear not, I am ready. What I am about to expose for you all to see will shock you to your cores. Behold! What the? Well, shit. Is that the speckled band and whistling? Where the fuck? Yo, is that her pet? Allow me to introduce you all to the band, the speckled band. A snake? Inaudibly. Oh wait, indubitably. Indubitably?
Indubitably.
Indubitably!
Indubitably.
Indubitably! Yes! Holy shit! Indubitably! I just have a feeling that this thing is slower than I think. That's her pet, isn't it? Mr. Sholmes, just one thing. Pray, what troubles you? Well, that snake isn't really speckled, isn't it? Looks more stripy, wouldn't you say?
Yes, you're right. I think, in this case, you have to call it...
No, I have a theory. Someone spray shell tox through the ventilators, right? But most of the concentration go to Kazuma, and he died that way. And a bit of the shell tox go everywhere else.
The stripe band, wouldn't you?
You know, that's my theory. But who could have done it? You both see and observe with distinction. However, do you not think that precisely the trap into which the culprit wishes you to fall?
Oh my goodness, really? It's a trap?
How exactly? I think perhaps it is time I explain the intricacies of my train of thought. Are you ready, Miss Pavlova?
I'm sorry for the young man who died, but that is all. His death has nothing to do with me. This whole thing is nothing to do with me.
There are two conclusions I have drawn from the facts. Number one, last night your friend infiltrated the victim's cabin. Huh? And number two, the same friend was responsible for the victim's losing his life.
No.
Oh, she's going to jail! She's turned as white as a bowl of rice again. Yep, because it's her pet. If she doesn't assume responsibility, she's going to jail! Sholmes must be right. He's hit the nail on the head. This young woman's friend killed Mr. Asogi. But where's the bite marks? We need proof of that. We need the post-mortem didn't say so. It looks like he can't speak with that snake coiled around his head. I would advise as little movement as possible, Seaman. You wouldn't want the fangs of that long friend in your neck. So everyone, let us begin. Sherlock Holmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Here we go, baby! The grand deduction! You know, in Miles Edgeworth investigations, we have the rebuttal. I love it. And now we have this thing. This is great. Miss Pavlova, moments ago, you claimed the following. His death has nothing to do with me. This whole thing is nothing to do with me. Yet you cannot deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, your aching heart smarts with pain. And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night? Why, naturally, it was that friend which you boarded this vessel, was it not? Ah, as I suspected. Another telltale glance. Telltale glance. Oh man, that man is gonna die soon, I swear. Without a doubt, your friend is the wreathing serpent we see before us. And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. The victim's written observation on the night in question tell of a speckled band, whereas, regrettably, the specimen markings do not fit that description in any way. What explanation can we then give, pray? What was this sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night?
No, don't look at me. This has nothing to do with any of this.
Oh, but it does. You have the answer to this quandary, even now hidden behind your back. Yes, that which you are trying but failing to conceal could be the snake's sloughed skin. Is that speckled? Let me check. I never knew how speckled looks like at the moment, so I need to look. I see. Yeah, I do. I knew it. Speckled means like there's a bunch of dots, right? Is this really speckled? Yeah, somewhat. But where are the dots? Guess only time will tell. Evidently, after the subtle and horrible crime, this most deadly friend of yours shed its original skin. No?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Last night, through the ventilator visible in this cabin, your then speckled friend slid through next door. Using the bell cord on the other side of as a bridge, the serpent suddenly descended into the victim's quarters. Oh. In the dim light, it appeared to the young man who was about to lose his life as a speckled band. Wait a second. In summary, the nature of this friend of yours, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a rare breed of a snake whose markings change each time it sloughs its skin. A snake so dreadful, we can only imagine it would be found in the deepest depths of India. A beloved speckled snake. Conclusion. How Mr. Asogi died. Excuse me. Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter, the grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life, and why? According to the data of which I have been apprised, it would appear that there was no visible signs of injury. He's been choked to fucking death! I knew it! Yo! I'm a genius! I'm a genius detective! Bro, we got this in the bag! In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom. Now, if we take that as a fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it as the scene of the crime.
Oh no, could there be?
Yes, an examination of the deceased body will prove the cause of death inconclusively. There are almost, but not quite, imperceptible puncture wounds left by the venomous fangs will seal the truth. Yes, the vestige of the snake bite delivered by your terrifying friend. What is this? What species of this snake? Pray tell.
This makes no sense.
She wrote that, definitely because he can't write Russian. There is no point in feigning ignorance, Miss Pavlova. After the incident, you endeavored to hide everything, didn't you? But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that traveling case. When we first met in this cabin, it came to my attention that your case moved periodically. Your serpent assassin was restless inside, no doubt.
You don't.
It is telling that the victim made note of a low whistling sound that he heard minutes before this end. That was your signal, was it not? That sound you had used to train your serpent friend.
To train?
She doesn't know this part, so it's not it. It doesn't add up yet. Indeed, you put the serpent through this ventilator and wait. After... What the fuck? Is that the new disc... Is that the new Steam sound, bro? Dang. Hey. What? I think that's it. Alright. Because I'm gonna check if it actually appeared because I didn't put any at the I forgot what it's called, but whatever. Indeed, you put the serpent through this ventilator and wait. After a period, you'd summon it back every whistle. But why? Low whistling sound that he heard minutes before its end. You couldn't know if the animal had done its duty, so you wouldn't listen for its signs or love life next door. If the victim appeared not to have been dispatched, you'd release the snake once more. Do you deny this snake has undergone such training? Is it not? It's not true. Having slithered through the ventilator down the bell cord, the creature needed only to sink its fangs in once more. And its venom would course through the victim's vein, ending his existence forever. That is the true nature of the speckled ban that took the poor young man's life. There can be no doubt my logic is infallible. Fallible. Death by venom. Nope, that's not right. I don't believe that, but I do know what's up. Thus concludes Sherlock Holmes' great deduction of speckled band. So this snake changes color? Every time... I'm curious, is there such a snake? A snake that changes color after shedding. Snake skin. No, I don't know. Oh, whatever. Miss Pavlova has trained her pet snake as a killing machine. There, on the floor, you will observe a saucer of milk. The promise of food is the key to training any creature. Incredible. You solved the mystery. Now off with these cuffs, man. Amazing. Your great deduction really lives up to its name. I see now why Sherlock Holmes has become such a household name. My dear man, it was nothing remarkable, as the Russians say. I would have done it with one left hand. Yep, there's some loopholes here as well.
Could I venture an opinion, Mr. Sholmes?
But of course, what's on your mind?
It's just about your deductions before. Some things don't quite make sense to me.
I welcome questions as to my method and will answer both loudly and proudly.
Oh, well, good. First of all, snakes are egg-laying creatures, part of the reptile family.
You are well informed, madam.
And reptiles, don't drink milk.
Ah,
I recall only mammals like that. Mammals that like to drink milk, you see.
that's true.
So I'm not sure it would be possible to train a snake using milk as a reward.
That's true then. No matter, no doubt Miss Pavlova used some other treat to encourage her pet to do her bidding. Milk was merely an example. The logic holds. Well, there's
something else. Snakes have no ears.
Ah,
Yes, so I'm not sure it would really be possible to signal a snake by whistling.
wait, what? Do snakes hear? Let me check this real quick. Snakes have a quadrate bone in their jaw and that move in response to vibration and they slither on the ground. For several years, scientists are not sure if a snake could hear any airborne vibrations. Recent researchers have indicated the bone can also respond to airborne vibrations. But it's known as somatic hearing, so therefore... alright. But what about the frequencies, yeah? Once the other studies have determined that snakes have peak sensitivity that ranges between 200 and 300 hertz. There's range 80 and 60. Much is not understood. Alright. At the moment, I don't know the details and sounds. I can check it up later. But madam, what of the tales from Arabia? Have you not heard of the snakes that dance to the sound of a flute?
I think perhaps the performers play their music in time with the snake's natural movements.
I don't think so. Wait. Oh, I see. Wait. Snake charmers. Do snake hear? This is so interesting. Ah. This is actually pretty interesting. I'm learning a lot of things from the internet now. No hands or feet, no ears. Those creatures are so inept as to be practically useless. Don't take it out on the snakes, Mr. Sholmes.
There is one other thing.
You have more?
Snakes use the scales on their bellies to propel themselves. So, I'm not really sure a snake could manage to climb up flat bell cord like the ones in these cabins.
Then it should try harder.
Please, don't be angry with me, Mr. Sholmes. The point is, even if the snake had gone through the ventilator to the next door cabin, it couldn't have come back without help. What I'm trying to say
is that there are
a number of reasons why it's difficult to imagine the snake could have had a part in this.
But we're getting closer. We're getting closer. Very close.
I think we need to step in and help again, Mr. Naruhodo.
This is like a kid's game or a kid's cartoon, but very complicated. Very adult-like, because it's hard. Oh no, you don't mean... Yeah, that's right. Someone special, who could it be? Wait, that's not the right one.
Yes, we need to modify Mr. Sholmes' deductions and turn them into great ones. They ought to be.
I had a feeling that was coming. Alright, let's give it a try. Just what I was waiting for, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, right. So cast your eyes down your wrist again. What? Oh! I did it! Oh, I killed the wolf! I'm jumping out the boat again. Then it again. Where handcuffs are gone? Where'd they go? Fear not, I shall see they're restored after our work is done. I really wish you'd leave them off. Now, everyone, let us begin. I'm getting hungry, actually. Sherlock Holmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Holmes. I think this thing is called Hold It, Mr. Holmes. This is so cool. I love this mechanic of the game. They always introduce new ways in the games, man. Ms. Pavlova, moments ago, as you claimed the following. His death has nothing to do with me. This whole thing is nothing to do... Okay, I'm not gonna read this anymore. You're gonna deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, your aching heart smarts with pain. She does have a paramedic expression on her face. That's true. As you thought, because of the death weighing on her heavily. But read her quite correctly, is that it? There be some other way to interpret her expression. Alright, let's look closely. It's a cat!
Look, it's a very painful wound. Looks like a...
Yeah, it's a cat! Bro, I've cracked the case! To be around here. Present. Yes! That's what it is, boys and gals. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, that claw scratch smarts with pain. Indeed, and simple observation reveals that the wound is fresh. Miss Pavlova, did you in fact receive that scratch? Sometime last night. That means her pet is... It's a bear cub! You're right! She really did bring a fucking bear onto the ship. Let's fucking go! Wolf is on the bag. All his money is on the fucking bear. I'm gonna put my money on the bear as well. It's gonna be a fucking bear. Oh, there's blood on my leg.
Well, I think about the young man who died next door. It feels so sad. And when I'm sad, the pain from this wound is worse.
Huh. That the very pain that evidence your inextricable link to the victim's death. So we ask, what was the nature of this intruder? Stole the victim, blah blah blah. Why, naturally, it was the friend which you board his vessel, was it not? Yes, it's a fucking bear. That's what we're concluding. As suspected. As I suspect. Without a doubt, your friend is breathing serpent. Now, it seems like that scratch mark on the back of Mr. Pavlov's hand was made by this friend of hers, doesn't it? That's true, that's true. Snakes don't have claws, do they? No, they don't. They don't even have hands or feet, blah blah blah. I know! It's a fucking snake. It's a fucking snake, my guys. I mean, a bear. It's a bear. The true identity is a bear. We'll find it. Alright, let's look around the room. It must be a bear somewhere. What's wrong with my leg, man? Alright. I doubt. We found it! It's a bear! That's a bear, alright. It has a bell. Oh, look at the photograph in this frame.
This might be something Miss Pavlova brought her with her when she ran away. This exception beautiful, isn't it?
Yes, that's true. But personally, it's a little black creature she's holding that caught my eye. It's a sun bear. Maybe we'd better take a closer look at this. Look at this kitten in it. Look at this little cat Miss Pavlova is cuddling here.
Oh, what a cute little kitten. It could V with you.
Where's the V anyways? VA? VA? Fuck. V with you. I don't know what it means. Never mind.
Couldn't it? Naruhodo-san for the blackest outfit.
A black kitten. And from the look of this picture, at least, Miss Pavlova seems very attached to it. Yes! Presento! Presentamango! I am the true detective in this case. Without a doubt, your friend is the little kitten we see before us. Yes, the scratch on the back of your hand makes that abundantly clear.
Oh
no! The whereabouts of this black kitten isn't clear. But what is clear? That is, you brought the animal with you when you ran away, didn't you?
Ah!
She is now criminal.
Darka is my best friend. I couldn't leave her behind.
Darka would appear to be a Russian blue. And yet, the fact leaves us in quandary. The victim's written observation on the night in question tell of a speckled band, whereas regrettably, the specimen's marking do not fit the description in any way. What explanation can we give then, pray? What was this sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night? No.
No, don't look at me. This has nothing to do with any of this.
But it does. You have the answer to this quandary, even now hidden behind your back. Yes, this which you are trying but failing to conceal cannot be the snake's slough skin.
Did you see that? She just took something out of her pocket and hid it behind her back.
If she just left it in her pocket, no one would have ever known.
Oh yes, ploys like that are Mr. Shom's specialty. He's even so cleverly forced her to reveal something.
I'm getting tired, that means. I thought deduction was his specialty, or maybe making me believe that was a ploy too.
Anyway, I find it hard to believe that skin of a snake.
In which case, just what is Miss Pavlova hiding behind her back? Oh my god. What is that? Wait a second. That's not a snake's slough skin. Well, it is speckled, and it is a band, but it seems to be soft and fluffy. A piece of cloth of some sort. Yes, it is. It's a cat's toy.
Cats like to chase the band around the pond.
Kids are probably love sort of play. It is. I mean, it's a bear's toy. It's a cat's toy. Now we present the shit now.
Yes!
Yes! Yes, the thing you are trying but failing to conceal is, a cat's toy. Precisely the true nature of the now infamous speckled band. Ah! And it was this toy that you dangled through the ventilator. You waved it around, I presume. Naturally, the victim could not fail to notice it. But why? For what reason? My dear boy, there can be only one answer to that. After a feline friend disappeared through the ventilator into the neighboring cabin, Ms. Pavlova attempted to use a speckled cat's toy to incite the creature's return. Ah. In summary, the nature of this friend of Ms. Pavlova's, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a blithesome Russian blue breed of cat by the name of Darka. A truly troublesome feline young Darka is proving to be. She must be caged once found. You'll forgive us for borrowing the photograph of your pet, Miss Pavlova. Hell yeah, I got a lot of evidence. But I haven't used the evidence much.
It was after I gave her food last night. That's when it happened. She scratched the back of my hand and then ran up the bell cord. Before I could do anything, she had disappeared through the ventilator. Darka, she is so naughty.
Speckled snake, a beloved kitten. That's the introduced identity. We solved this one, boys. Death by a venomous snake bite. Not quite, I'd say. Moving on, we've come to the heart of the matter. The grim. Oh, I don't need to read this. What the fuck, man? How did this young man lose his life, and why? According to the data of which I have been apprised, it would appear to have been no visible signs of injury. In fact, the crime circumstance of the victim's death can only be some terrible venom. No. Exactly. No poison. Yes! An external injury then. Easy! I'm a genius detective, boy. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by the post-mortem report. Ah, yes, I knew it was one or the other. His neck was... Indeed, the breaking of the cervical vertebrae is as fatal, only that Goliath would be strong enough to survive that. Seaman Stroganoff isn't some immortal freak, you know. The jury is out. Anyway, we have a good authority that the victim's neck was broken. Now, we take that as a fact. Strangled and suffocation. We can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm that it is at the scene of the crime. Oh no, could there be... Yes, an examination of deceased body will prove the cause of death. Diaka's neck was broken, in other words, stuck by something or someone. That's the thing, and yet no weapon has been found though. There's only Darka, it doesn't suddenly creep up behind because of the... Yep, that's true. I like how they use like Sherlock Holmes style where he's just deducing this by whatever is around. This is fun. I like this mechanic. Well, we need to fix this deduction somehow. Wait, this is her bell. This is a bell. I see it now. Nothing on the neck. Think, Potato, think. Something on his nose. There's something there. Could just be detail, but I don't know. I'm suspicious about it. I'm gonna try this one. Yes! Mark on the floor. Yes, examination of the mark on the floor will prove the cause of death conclusively. This particular mark, so prominently visible next to the victim's body, is a deposit of a shoe polish. Shoe polish? Indeed, positively identified by the little analysis device I constructed, which I carry now as a matter of course. beeswax, tallow, and dye were my results. Undeniably, ingredients of shoe polish. And the color of the shoe polish is a perfect match to the color of Mr. Asogi's laced leather shoes. Looking at this mark, it's not hard to imagine what happened. For some reason, Mr. Asogi must have caught his foot at that point on the floor and tripped. Please, no. And by a dreadful turn of misfortune, caught by his neck against some immovable object as he fell to the floor. Suffering a fatal blow to the spine, the victim's vertebrae shattered, and in an instant, he lost his life.
No! I don't know anything about this.
Is that true? Really true, Miss Pavlova? Hell yeah, baby! What about the evidence left at the scene where Mr. Asogi lost his life? Yes, the facts are as clear as day to me. You did all you could to conceal the incriminating evidence. But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you choose. That's right, you hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that traveling case.
I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama was merely tripped over but now he's no more? It can't be true, I refuse to accept it.
I know it's hard to believe, but the mark on the floor does suggest something. That's what happened.
But
if this is part of Miss Shom's deduction is right, Miss Pavlova is trying to hide some evidence that would prove it. Here is the cabin, somewhere in the direction that she just cast her eyes.
Where, I wonder?
Let's have a good look around. The answer must be somewhere here. Now I want to check the traveling case. This is where Miss Pavlova hit her friend.
That's right, it was the sick after all.
There's nothing in it. I see nothing. Scratching the... What is that little mark there? I have to look around now. Bottle, tiara. Check out the tiara. That's not it. Nothing under the table. I don't think there is. I think it's still the traveling case. Oh! I see it! It's a broken piece of glass. Yes! What? Waste paper basket. Let's fucking go! I found it! That's right, you hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that waste paper basket. Here we have a fragment of some intricate glass object, it would seem. One that has a similar air, in fact. Precisely! We found another piece of broken glass on the floor in Mr. Asogi's cabin. And as you can see, the two pieces fit together perfectly.
Oh no!
So, Miss Pavlova, shall we consider what this tells us? Why would it be that part of this glass object which was evidently broken at the scene of the victim's death, should be found in the waste paper basket in your cabin. You're well acquainted with the glass bell, are you not?
I don't know. I don't know in that hushed Russian.
I don't know in that hush Russian. I won't save you this time, dear girl. Why? Blah, blah, blah. Because we have conclusive evidence linking you to the bell in question.
What?
Take it away, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes. The evidence linking to Miss Pavlova and the little glass bell, that would be... It's definitely not this one. Nope, it doesn't say anything about a bell. It could be. Wardrobe.
Yes.
Nope, it's not it. The music's still playing. My dear fellow, that evidence deserves one. Oh, there's this thing. Shoot. Such a thing appears here. Okay, that's good to know. Let's see. And the little glass bell. All these are related, actually. I wonder which one I should get. Ugh. I'm almost out of time here.
Yes.
Oh. Oh, it's not the right one. I'm dying here. I gotta save this real quick so I don't lose anything. Hehehe. I'll save it at the same one. Override. Maybe that was a bad idea. I don't know. Crime scene. This is not. Little glass. Oh wait, is it this one guy?
Yes.
Why am I so dumb? What the fuck? Is he hanging from darkest color? The very glass bell in question. The truth has caught up with you, Miss Pavlova. The young man who has lost his life last night did so after a truly inauspicious fall. And the cause of the fateful stumble. Hell yeah, baby! Your absent feline friend, Darka.
I couldn't tell anyone. I'm sorry.
Death by tripping over a cat. Deduction complete. Elementary, my friends. I feel like a famous detective now. You know, like Detective Potato, bro. Why don't you tell us now, Miss Pavlova? Tell us exactly what happened last night.
It was a little after 1 in the morning. It was so late, but I hadn't had time to feed Darka, so I gave her some food. And then, all of a sudden, she scratched me and jumped out of my hands.
People do say that cats become very anxious and nervous in new environments.
She was so fast, she disappeared through the ventilator before I could stop her.
And that is how you acquired the rather nasty wound at the back of your hand, I take it.
Yes, and I had ready the rules on the wall. I knew that I was not allowed Darka with me.
Yes, modern science suggests that animals can carry infectious diseases. It's a precaution, really.
So I listened and listened, trying to hear if there was some noise in the cabin. It was very quiet. I was sure if someone was there, must have been sleeping. So at that point you thought it's safe to try and to lure the kitten back again? By the dangling the end of a toy through the ventilator into the adjoining cabin. Darka always loves this toy, but it didn't work. Nothing worked. I tried using her favorite toy. I tried whistling to her softly, but nothing. She didn't return. To the faint whistling and sound Kazuma wrote about in his diary was Miss Pavlova trying to retrieve her pet.
But wait, that was me. Shit. Cats have a propensity to remain hidden in the shadows when frightened.
Yes, so there was nothing else I could do. I just had to wait until she had calmed down. But then...
Oh shit, dang, bro. Thud.
I nearly passed out with shock. I heard her cry and then... It was such a dreadful bang. Then afterwards, nothing. It was totally silent.
Kazuma was murdered by a cat. From the appearance of the brown mark on the floor, it seems likely that what you heard was the victim stepping on the glass bell and tripping. Yes, as Borea is a large vessel, but even she can pitch and roll violently without warning. If Mr. Asogi was already off balance as a result of the ship lurching when the kitten got under his feet, a combination of unfortunate factors could easily have caused him to fall over. But what became of the kitten afterwards? Is she injured? Is she fine?
In the end, I managed to get her to come back through the ventilator.
Yet Darka is nowhere to be seen.
I must have forgotten to lock my case. Now she's disappeared again.
Gracious, that cat is insufferably restless as I am. Well, he knows something about himself at least.
When I woke this morning, I heard that a young man in the next cabin next to mine had died. I couldn't bring myself to tell anyone what had happened. I was too scared. Scared that they wouldn't send me back.
But what about the Russian writing? Oh, hold on a minute. What about the snake? You're right, where is it? If the snake is in your friend, Miss Pavlova, then whose is it? And where did it come from? What on earth is such a dangerous creature doing on board the ship? He's gonna die. Oh, I didn't say. Snake is my friend. His name is Prisho. Oh, what? What? That snake belongs to you? He escaped from cage when emergency alarm sounded. I was looking for him. I did not expect to find him in here. Yes, how did a snake get into this cabin? But Animals are not permitted on board. Ha! We are at sea for 1 year. You want to be so long without close friend, without someone who understands. Couldn't you find someone a little more human who understands you better? But my dear burly fellow, a gargantuan venomous snake, surely you can appreciate the danger you're putting everyone in. No venom. Pirisco does not have venom. He is harmless, very long, but very gentle. He is adorable like Granny. It's venomous. Yes, now he is hungry. So he's in a bad mood, but once I feed him, you will see big smile. And you feed him, and you feed him what? Milk, I suppose? Ha! Like they say they milk chickens, ridiculous. Snakes that drink milk are only in stupid stories. Brizocho eat mouses, big fat round mouses. Ah, oh, so is that what the mousetrap is in the passageway out there is for? Of course. How else can I catch my friend's favorite food? Nothing says top of the food chain like the look in your eyes right now. I refuse to drink milk. It can't hear a whistle. It can't climb up a bell cord. It's not even venomous. How the deuce did something so inept land in starring role? It's not my fault. I did not make up story. Mr. Pizarro, there's nothing to do with this incident. So that's what happened. That's the truth behind my best friend's tragic death. Miss Pavlova. I understand the difficult situation you found yourself in, and I do sympathize. But please remember this. A young man lost his life. If you're going to attempt to cover up your guilt with lies, then no matter what the circumstances, I cannot forgive you. But what are you talking about, Miss Mikotoba? What lies? Miss Pavlova just confessed everything. It was just a series of unfortunate events, an accident. I'm no great detective like Mr. Sholmes. I don't have a gift for knowing the truth. But even I can see that was not the truth. Don't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo? To be perfectly honest, yes. There's a discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story. I'm sure of it. I just can't quite put my finger on it. I confess, I was intending to let Scotland Yard deal with any outstanding issues on this matter. Oh! I am not present here for a very specific reason. I am only present here for a very specific reason. The truth is, you, Mr. Naruhodo, are simply a distraction. A distraction? You do hope you've not been finding your shackles too uncomfortable. Ah, not again! When did he do that? Especially as they're on your risk as a result of my intervention. I was rather hoping I could resolve matters before we made our next port call. You were Mr. Sholmes. Mr. Sholmes? Yes, but I overlooked one important detail. The deceased young man was a very close companion of yours. Was he not? Yes. Kazuma was my close friend. I owed him my freedom even. In that case, you must follow this to its conclusion. No further distractions. You must uncover the real truth here, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, whatever that may be. The key to this is the discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure. If I can chase that down, maybe the truth will become clear. the truth about how you really died. About how that scene in your cabin really came to be. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Excellent.
Thank you, Mr. Naruhodo.
So then, shall we begin? Yes! In all my time playing Phoenix Wright games, sometimes when the defendant thinks that they're guilty, they don't really know what happened. There's always something else. What we should ponder first is the victim who lost his life in a cabin that was bolted shut from the inside. Was this truly an unfortunate accident? Or was it in fact no accident at all? That is what we must establish in the first instance. But we've already established it, haven't we? That man tripped over the kitten and had climbed into the cabin via ventilator. Tragic, yes, but still an accident. Oh, who said okay, hold it? Wait! Let's just take a step back. It doesn't make sense if it's really what happened, does it? I'm going to have to ask you to spell it out for me, I'm afraid. Yes, it's starting to take shape now. There's one clear contradiction with the facts, and it's Miss Pavlova's story here. Undeniable. His death couldn't have been a mere accident. Really? Let us show your hand. The evidence that proves unequivocally that the victim's death was no accident. Yep, I'm gonna put here. Yes! The truth is clearly recorded in this photographic print. Ah, it's almost done. There's no way Mr. Asogi could have left this message on the floor. That script, it's Russian, isn't it? Oh wait, that is Russian, isn't it? Indeed it is. The word is written means wardrobe. I see what you mean. Most people would leave a dying message in their native language, Japanese in this case.
But maybe he was studying Russian. It is a simple language. He could have picked up very fast.
That doesn't seem likely. That's actually not the point. It makes no difference whether he's reading Russian or not. Sorry, what do you mean? Exactly what I said before. There is no way that Mr. Asogi could have left this message on the floor. And the reason why is clearly explained here. Damage to the cervical vertebrae resulting in instant death. Instant death. Oh. Which means, after the victim fell on the floor, he couldn't possibly have written anything, because he was already dead.
That's not the only reason either. There's something else we found in Mr. Asogi's cabin. A remnant of something that couldn't possibly have been there if Miss Pavlova wasn't so true.
What? So Susato has noticed it too. Putting this message on the floor. There's something else beside the truth. Another piece of evidence that proved this was not an accident. In other words, this one actually was on the floor. What point are you trying to make with that evidence? I think that... No! Either the absence of something you would expect to find at the scene of accident, or the presence of something you wouldn't. Shut up. Alright. Yes. It's starting to take shape now. Something on this picture, it seems, actually. Hmm. Again? I'm so dumb at this moment. Hmm. What does this mean? Shanghai. A strong blow to the area. Should I risk it again? I'm no longer confident in my choice of judgment. Let me read up. How could I all notice this? I didn't notice this. Come on, I want to be done with this for night. Can actually read it. The neck is broken. Could it be this one for real, for real?
Yes!
There we go. The bell. This piece of broken glass next to the mark on the floor. Around his neck. We already know all about. Oh, fuck yeah, I found it. Oh. It was broken in half when the victim tripped over and the cat fell. So we already have the satisfactory explanation. Where's the flaw in that logic? Unfortunately, this is a very big flaw, a fatal flaw. What? If that's really what happened, then how did one half of the bell end up back here in this cabin? Oh.
Yes, remember that we found the other half of the glass bell in that wastebasket paper wastebasket? Would you care to explain that, Miss Pavlova? Oh no. Oh no.
Both these pieces of evidence clearly point to the same conclusion. That when Mr. Asoki died last night in this cabin, there was someone else in the room. And that same person deliberately arranged the scene to disguise the truth, in order to cover up his or her own guilt.
Yes, there was someone else present in Mr. Asoki.
Hold it. You're wasting time. Someone else was there. Duh, of course, we know this. What are you talking about? Bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. There was no way in or out. Oh, yes. And only the other person in the cabin when the young student died was you.
Yes!
It's true, I was in the cabin when it happened. You were shut inside the cabin wardrobe, to be precise about the details. But I don't know Russian. There's no way I would have left that message. Not would have. There's no way you could have left that message, to be precise about the details. Would you mind? Forgive me, my dear fellow. As I was saying, the person in question wrote that word wardrobe in the Russian on the door. In an attempt to incriminate me for the crime, even though I had been asleep in there the entire time. And then the same person picked up the broken bell that had fallen to the floor.
For fear of it becoming evidence, but
Shit. But why wouldn't this person have taken all the pieces of the bell away? Leaving half behind was always going to raise questions. Yes, well, it was past 1 o'clock in the early hours of the morning. The cabin wouldn't have been quite dark. This single, small lamp, suspended from the ceiling, barely have cast any light onto the floor. I'm getting tired now. That's what's happening right now. Little wonder then that the culprit failed to notice a fragment of tiny item.
you always suspect me, don't you?
Whoa. I guess that's what I know about it. Seaman Stroganov! Nina is a woman of sea. She is daughter of a strong sailor. 2 years ago, they noticed her dancing skills and she went away to join the ballet company. But before, she was dancer on the ship, a member of ship's band. You do not accuse ship's angel of being criminal. Ah, so that's it. You say that when young student died, Nina was there in his cabin. But that is not possible. I give my tooth. Well, this is almost interesting. And why would you give your tooth, pray? How could you be so sure? You are a great detective, you should know. The truth in eyes. Cabin's bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. Nobody could go into cabin, not Nina, not anyone. Or you want to tell that the killer can walk through locked doors? Yet, it's impossible. He's right.
But wait, I've read about these detective stories. People often tie thread around the door latches so that they can open closed doors from outside.
No, that's not possible. We just discussed this. Threat, are you stupid? These bulkheads are not barn doors. Certainly not. These are watertight doors, as one would expect to find on any modern steamship. Constructed of heavy steel, with not gap in sight, no threads or needle or magnets could have been used.
No, of course not. I thought so too. But then Naruto suggested it earlier, so...
Sada-san, how could you shift it onto me like that? So Siemens Ragunov has a valid point. The cabin door couldn't have bolted shut from the outside. Not necessarily. What? I put it to you that I could bolt this cabin door. I could, without laying a finger on it. And in this very cabin, we can see the traces of the method I have in mind having been used before. I don't believe it. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, I believe you know what I mean, don't you? A way to shut the bolt door of the cabin door from the outside. One way does spring to mind, yes.
Do you know what Mr. Sholmes mean, Mr. Naruto?
Yes, and so should you, because we've seen it happen. Indeed we have, so would you care to do the honors, Mr. Naruto? Point out the telling signs that used. Can I do this? No. No? No, wait, what? Wait, how is this? Where do I point now? I'm confused as hell.
Yes!
Look at the bookcase there. See how all the books and things have toppled over.
That must have happened when the ship made its emergency stop before.
Yes, that's right. It's a very powerful vessel after all. When the engines are thrown into reverse, a violent jolt goes across the entire ship. Any small objects that aren't fastened down are bound to fall over.
I believe, yes, it's what's known as the source of inertia acting on objects.
Is there nothing Susato doesn't know? Or that isn't in her book at least? Well, whatever it's called, the same force that pushed over the books on the bookcase also made something else in the cabin move. The bolt on the cabin door.
Ah!
It was very obvious just after the emergency stop that the ship made earlier. We had come into this cabin not long before, and we hadn't bolted the door. But then... Hello, is anybody in there? Shout if you need assistance. Oh, that sounds like...
Inspector Hosonaga.
I'm almost done.
Oh yeah, oh yes! That's it! When the ship stopped suddenly, the ball flew across the locked door.
Yes, it's made of metal, but it's small and light enough to be moved by the ship's sudden change of speed. Or the force of ineptia, if you wanted to call it that. Ah, are you trying to say that last night, after Miss Asogi was killed? There it is. There it is, boys. This is Buri. I'm in another emergency stop. You don't stop? When I woke up this morning and I looked around the cabin, I thought it looked a little odd. All the books on the shelves had toppled over, and all the ornaments, almost as if someone had run their hand across the shelves. Sup, sorry I'm late. Don't worry about it. We're almost ending stream. I'm very tired. The shelves and delivery locked everything over.
Oh yes, I remember that. And I stood them all up again, didn't I?
And then we came into this cabin. We were surprised to see the same thing happen in here. All the books and everything had toppled over, just like Mr. Osogi's cabin.
Oh my!
Do you have anything to say about this, Miss Pavlova? Didn't know you were streaming today. I've been my stream days are Thursday, Saturday, and Sundays. Were you not? Are you of your mind, Sir Burya made emergency stop? It does seem a little far-fetched. How could that possibly have happened? Unless you're saying that the culprit is actually someone from the engine room. Oh, it is simple enough. Are you forgetting the button in the passageway outside? Used to trigger the emergency alarm?
Oh yes, of course. There was a notice, wasn't there? Telling you to only press the button in times of emergency.
On dark nights when the fog is dense, the captain cannot afford to rely on the eyes of his lookout alone. Hence, the placement of a number of buttons around the vessel to allow any crewman to raise the alarm. The sort of button one is almost compelled to press to satisfy one's curiosity. Uh-oh, he's looking away. Wait! It was you? When the button is pressed, two things happen in interest of safety. The emergency alarm rings, and the vessel comes to a complete stop. As indeed, it is a little earlier today.
Mr. Sholmes, surely it wasn't you who...
As I always say, a button has but one purpose in life. To be pressed, whatever the occasion. This man, he almost sounds almost proud of himself. How dare you mess with ship? I report you to captain. You are in much trouble now. Now, I'm sure all that can wait until later. Let us not overlook the fact that we have now learned a valuable lesson. When the vessel makes an emergency stop, the bolts on the cabin doors slide closed. So, what we must now consider.
Yes, it all comes down to one thing now. Last night, after what happened to Mr. Asagi, did the ship make an emergency stop, or did it not?
You are idiots. Buraya is a huge ship with many passengers. If we make emergency stop, even in middle of night, there will be chaos everywhere. What are your thoughts, Mr. Hado? Emergency stop. It's called an emergency stop for a reason. If there's a big iceberg that could destroy the ship, would you let the ship hit the iceberg? No. It's certainly possible that some kind of emergency happened last night. We have evidence to support the idea.
Really? What evidence, Mr. Hado?
Fascinating. Do show us, my good man. Ah, that's not what I meant to do. I'm going to look around. The captain log, actually.
Yes!
Seaman Stroganov. It's your duty to patrol the first class area of the ship, isn't that right? That is correct. Why? And the ship's log here. This would be where you record the details of your duties. What are you doing with that? That is mine! Ah, you rather carelessly left it atop the little makeshift bureau in the passageway out there. But as responsible passengers, we took it into our care with a mind to return it to you later. I left it on purpose. That is where I put it always. The point is, looking at what you usually record, it's clear that under normal circumstances, you'd write the phrase, "nothing to report," every 30 minutes. From 2 o'clock last night until the first light this morning, nothing was recorded at all. Nothing recorded in that log? That is... because nothing happened. But if nothing happened, you would normally write, "nothing to report," wouldn't you? Indeed so, which tells us that shortly after 2 a.m., something happened here aboard the SS Buraya. Something sufficiently significant to make you forget to fill in the ship's log, in fact.
Are you suggesting the ship really did make an emergency stop in the middle of the night?
Stop this talking rubbish! Osanaka, if I'm perfectly honest, I find that a little hard to believe myself. Oh, why? Well, because if something as major as an emergency stop really happened, surely all of us would have noticed.
That is very true. Thanks to the emergency stop we've experienced earlier, we all know that what it feels like now. That ship lurched so violently and the alarm bell was so loud. I can't imagine that anybody would sleep through that even if it happened in dead of night.
Well, no, that's a good point. What of the throbbing? Sorry, what do you mean? Your head, man. The throbbing of your head since this morning. We all have suffered with it. Ah! Oh yes, I have a headache. You're right. In fact, I haven't been feeling myself since I woke up today.
Nor have I.
What could it be?
My head had been feeling very heavy ever since dawn.
Yes, you've been afflicted with, haven't you? Just as I suspected. He's right, my head has been throbbing today too. We all bumped our head, that's what happened, man. And since eating dinner yesterday, everything has felt sort of hazy. I can't really remember anything that happened after I climbed back inside the wardrobe. Then, first thing I noticed this morning, was the throbbing pain in my head. Ooh. I had already been dragged out of the wardrobe. Sleeping drugs. Someone put sleeping drugs. And those handcuffs put on me by that point. Why didn't I wake up when all of this was happening to me? Tell me, no, Mr. Naruhodo. You boarded this vessel as a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, well, yes. Sorry. The stowaway class of accommodation doesn't usually include meals. What did you survive on? Well, Kazuma looked after me. He was always happy to share his meals. So you enjoyed some of the whole roast chicken dish that was served yesterday evening, I take it? Yes, in fact, I had all of that. Kazuma... Oh, my speaker's on. I had all of that. Kazuma wasn't fond of chicken. Oh, really? So the victim didn't eat any of the chicken at all? That's right, he didn't touch it. Is that relevant? It is, isn't it? My dear fellow, does that not strike you?
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, do you mean to say
we've been drugged?
that there was something wrong with the chicken?
I do. No, really? Is that really true? The meal was prepared for the passengers last night had been tampered with. Tampered with by the addition of soporific, designed to induce a very deep slumber in those who consumed it. A sleeping drug. Do you mean whoever did this laced every meal with a sleeping drug so no one would notice the ship's emergency stop?
Mr. Naruhodo, of course that's not what Mr. Sholmes mean. What a far-fetched idea.
Precisely. Lacing every meal of every passenger on board with a soporific drug would certainly have been impossible. Unless, that is, every single member of the crew was a conspirator. What?
Mr. Sholmes!
We're not gonna get out of this alive, aren't we? He just said something that he shouldn't have. Well, Seaman, we're gonna die. He shouldn't have said it. We're gonna die here. We're gonna die stranded in the ocean. I'm sorry to say that any more deception in this matter will get you nowhere. We're all gonna die here, aren't we? If you refuse to talk, there would have been an inquiry made through the shipping company, of course. And were that to happen, every member of the crew and the captain himself will be hauled over to the coals. My tongue. For aiding and abetting a renegade. Shit, he's looking away, he's lying. I knew this. We're all gonna die. They're not gonna leave us, they're not gonna kill us, and they're like, oh, we have no passengers, don't worry about it.
Please no more, I will tell everything. I cannot make problems like this for everyone anymore.
These crewmen are your former comrades, I believe. Oh man, the look in their eyes, man.
Yes, so when I decided to run away, I asked them to help me.
We all agreed to help, everyone together. She threw away everything, her fame in the ballet, Mother Russia. We wanted to help her, our angel. I don't believe it. You are right. We put sleeping drug in chicken last night. Yes, sir. Yes, I remember now. I did notice chewing a lump of strange and bitter at one point. We cannot make all drug. How do you say dissolve? Talk about heavy seasoning. At midnight in waters near Shanghai, we brought our angel aboard. Oh, that's why. She was held by comrade on shore with small fishing boat. While all the passengers of the SS Buria slept soundly, thanks to that almost magical effects of the slumber-inducing potion their evening meals had contained. So if that's what happened, the only people awake on the ship last night were the crew, people who dislike chicken, and the newly boarded passenger, Miss Pavlova. I don't mind. And that means it would have been impossible for you. You could have used the emergency stop trick to lock Kazuma's cabin door. Then how did I open all the doors then? But how does that make sense? Surely every cabin door would have ended up locked. In that case, there would have been complete chaos. Oh, I wouldn't say so. What? Ah, of course. Just like us, all the other passengers would have eaten their evening meal of chicken in their cabins, after which they would have been overwhelmed by tiredness because of the sleeping drug. Quite. But in according, all passengers were already in their cabins for the night. Yes! The overwhelming majority of the passengers would habitually sleep in their cabin doors, bolted anyways. And so, not one of them would have found it remarkable to find the door locked in the morning. In summary, in order to fasten the bolt of a single cabin door on the ship, the culprit brought the entire vessel to an emergency stop in the early hours of the morning. Alright, we're stopping here. I am tired. We'll find out what happens next week. I will be streaming this game again next week. Tomorrow might just be a chill stream. Whether be it playing Minecraft or singing, who knows what I will do. So I thank you for watching stream with me, comrades in chat. I've known that there were 10 views and people who left. Thanks for coming anyways. And now there are 2 concurrent viewers. Thanks for coming. Yes, this is Cliffhanger. We will know what happened. We will know what truly happened to Waf, my best friend. I killed him. Good night, everyone. I shall see you next week.